A lifetime ISI can give you £1,000 free or take £250 of your own money. Put £4,000 in and the government adds £1,000. Withdraw it for the wrong reason and that £5,000 becomes £3,750. Now the government intends to replace the lifetime ISI for new savers. So should you open one now, keep paying into an existing account, or wait? The answer depends on which of three very different jobs you need the money to do. By the end, you will have a clean decision, not another list of vague pros and cons. As of mid-August 2026, the lifetime ISI has not disappeared. You can still open one under the existing rules if you are eligible. Current holders can still contribute, receive bonuses, and use the account as before. What changed is that HM Treasury opened a consultation on a new first-time buyer ISI. Once that new product becomes available, it is intended to replace the lifetime ISI for new accounts. There is no confirmed launch date yet. The future contribution limit, government bonus, and property price cap are also undecided. Anyone claiming to know the final deal is guessing. Today, you must be aged 18 to 39 to open a lifetime ISI. You can contribute up to £4,000 each tax year until age 50. The government adds 25%, capped at £1,000 a year. That £4,000 forms part of the overall £20,000 ISI allowance for 2026 to 27. You can hold cash, investments, or a combination of both. Charge-free withdrawals are normally allowed for a qualifying first home from age 60 or after a terminal illness diagnosis. For a first home, the account must have been open for at least 12 months from the first payment. The property must cost £450,000 or less, be in the UK, become your home, and normally be bought with a mortgage. The penalty is where otherwise sensible people make a basic percentage error. Start with £4,000 of your money. Add the 25% bonus, and the account contains £5,000. An unauthorized withdrawal charge takes 25% of the whole £5,000 part. That charge is £1,250. You receive £3,750, so the bonus disappears, and £250 of your own contribution disappears with it. Ignoring growth, that is a 6.25% loss on the money you paid in. Investment gains can also be exposed to the charge because it is calculated on the amount withdrawn. This is why a lifetime ISI is not an emergency fund with a bonus attached. The replacement is not happening because the bonus was too generous. The government says the product is too complex and punishes people when circumstances change. Its consultation reports that unauthorized withdrawal charges reached 8% of all accounts opened in 2024 to 25. It also says more holders have lost part of their original savings than have used a lifetime ISI to buy a home. People often withdrew after unemployment, debt pressure, or other financial shocks. That exposes the design conflict. Money is labeled as retirement or house deposit money, yet it still counts as accessible savings when life goes wrong. Accessible does not mean painless. The proposed replacement separates house buying from retirement saving. It would be available from age 18 with no upper age limit. Both cash and stocks and shares versions are intended to exist. The government bonus would not arrive every month. Instead, it would be calculated on net contributions and paid when an eligible first home is purchased. Ordinary withdrawals would carry no government penalty, but withdrawing money would reduce the contributions eligible for the future house purchase bonus. A buyer would still need a mortgage, and the account would still need to be open for 1 year before claiming. The crucial unknowns annual limit, bonus percentage, and house price cap will be decided later. So this is a design proposal, not an account you can open today. Existing lifetime ISI holders are not being pushed out of their accounts. The published proposal says they can keep saving under the current rules indefinitely. The existing age 50 contribution cutoff and age 60 retirement access still apply. A holder could eventually own both a lifetime ISI and the new first-time buyer ISI. Both would potentially be used towards the same qualifying home purchase. However, the proposal would allow contributions to only one of those two products in the same tax year. It also says an existing lifetime ISI could not be transferred into the new account. That means current holders should not panic, but they should understand which product serves their actual objective. If you are approaching 40, waiting has a real cost. You may lose the ability to open a lifetime ISI under today's rules. A first payment starts the 12-month clock for a qualifying home purchase. Some providers allow an account to be opened with a very small contribution. That can preserve the option while limiting the amount exposed to a future withdrawal charge. But opening an account is not the same as committing thousands of pounds to it. Do not divert emergency savings, rent money, or expensive debt repayments merely to chase a bonus. If a first home below the qualifying cap is genuinely likely, the current bonus can still be valuable. If your plans are unclear and liquidity matters, keep the commitment small until the rules and your objective are clearer. Choosing the account is only half the decision. You must also choose what sits inside it. If the house purchase may happen within roughly 5 years, a market fall could arrive at exactly the wrong moment. Cash sacrifices some expected long-term growth but protects the deposit from share price volatility. For a genuinely long retirement horizon, diversified investments may be more appropriate than leaving everything in cash. But returns are uncertain and fees still matter. A particularly common mistake is investing a near-term house deposit, watching markets fall, then facing both a loss and a withdrawal charge. The account wrapper solves a tax problem. It does not solve time horizon, risk capacity, or product selection. For retirement, the lifetime ISI should usually be compared with a pension not considered in isolation. If an employer offers pension contributions or matching, ignoring that money to fund a lifetime ISI can be an expensive mistake. A basic rate relief at source pension also turns £80 of take-home money into £100 inside the pension. That is the same 25% uplift on the net amount as a lifetime ISI bonus. Higher rate relief, salary sacrifice, and employer matching can strengthen the pension case further. The trade-off is taxation and access. Lifetime ISI withdrawals from age 60 are normally tax-free. Most pension money will normally be accessible earlier age 57 from April 2028 for many people, but much of it can be taxable when withdrawn. This is not a universal winner-takes-all decision. Often the robust order is capture the full employer pension contribution, then consider a lifetime ISI as an additional tax-free retirement bucket. Path 1. A first home is likely. It should remain inside the qualifying price cap, and the deposit can stay locked for at least a year. The existing lifetime ISI remains a powerful option while it is available. Path 2. The goal is retirement. First, maximize any employer pension money you can reasonably capture. Then compare additional pension contributions with a lifetime ISI using your tax rate, access age, and expected retirement tax position. Path 3. The goal is uncertain, or the money might be needed soon. Do not lock substantial emergency capital into a product that charges 25% of the withdrawal. Flexibility has value, even when it arrives without a headline bonus. The lifetime ISI is not dead today, and existing holders are not losing their accounts. A replacement is being designed for future first-time buyers, but its most important numbers are still unknown. The current £1,000 annual bonus is real. So, is the possibility of losing £250 of every £4,000 contributed if the money is withdrawn incorrectly? Do not ask whether a lifetime ISI is good. Ask whether it is the best tool for this money, for this objective, over this timescale. That one question is worth more than any bonus headline. For clear UK money decisions without the hype, subscribe to Level Up Mode.